Okay. Why is this hard?
It says lift.
Like,
Just physically.
no, I think I have to undo this first. Right? Okay, and then, yep.
Yay!
Yay. I blame Lindsay for this.
Well, yeah. Yep.
No,
yeah.
this is all her fault.
This came about a few months ago when on Twitter one day I decided I was going to write my own romance novel. Only it was going to be, since there was Twilight with everything, and this is like a really not surprising thing in young adult literature right now, the fact that there's the next big thing, it's Twilight with witches, and I saw several Twilight with angels, fallen angels. They're always fallen, so they're dangerous.
Twilight with fairies, right?
Twilight with fairies.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Twilight with Loch Ness monsters.
I definitely saw Twilight with werewolves, like where the werewolves were the
vampires.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's many flavors of the same story in different gimmicky paranormal.
Yeah. So I feel like what we have learned from this explosion of romance novels and their popularity is that you gotta have a gimmick, and we want in.
Yeah, we want in.
So what is 50 Shades of Green? We are crowdsourcing the next worst blockbuster paranormal romance novel, and you're gonna help.
I mean, we could probably do it without you, but what would be the fun in that? Because if we've got to do this for the shits and giggles of it, we want to document it. We want to see what it takes to write the next Twilight.
And it doesn't have to be Twilight with aliens.
But that's
I want it to be Twilight.
Well, I want it to be Twilight. Yeah.
I want Twilight with aliens, but if the crowd wills it so and we find a better idea, then...
But this is the point of this. We want to go on a journey of self-discovery in the Lovecraftian sense. And we want you to come with us, and we want you to be our guides.
Yes.
This
Journey
is,
into the belly of the beast.
This is absolutely going to be a collaborative process. You, the viewer, gets to vote on what we're doing and how we're doing it.
So I feel like this is a good way for us to celebrate our love of books by imitating books that we hate. So how's this gonna work? The goal here is to actually crowdsource, with the help of writers like you, an actual book, which we will then actually shop around to agents and actually get rejected, and then probably actually self-publish. But you know, it's gonna be,
so you can see the fruits of your labor.
we're going to see the fruits of our labor. The goal is not to make a deliberately bad book. The goal is to make a book that will sell in a bad way. If that makes sense. That doesn't mean it can't be funny, though.
No, it can absolutely be ridiculous and hilarious, but you have to believe it. You have to believe in the book itself.
The badness will be organic. I feel like crowdsourcing is just as viable a method of writing than, say, publishing your fan fiction with search replace names. For the next few weeks, we're going to talk about different topics within the romance genre that has taken over the world, and these books that are so inexplicably popular.
We'll definitely be discussing things like why the characters are as they are, plot, what plot, genre.
Life begins at man.
Life begins at man.
Mousy, woefully pale,
Thin me.
woefully skinny me. My porcelain skin makes me strange to others.
You can really divvy this process up into 3 parts. Part 1 is the discussion. Part 2 is the actual writing of it. And Part 3 is going to be the road to what is probably going to be self-publication.
Yeah, but it's the journey that is important.
Yeah, there will definitely be trying to sell.
Yeah.
This.
So we're going to start on this next week, where we are going to talk about genre. We're going to make some decisions. What is our gimmick?
What is our genre? And that's where you'll come in.
We're gonna have like all sorts of experimental ways for people to interact.
Called Twitter.
Experimental. Tweet. So you can, of course, leave comments on our website at shayapocalypse.com and on our Blit page, 50 Shades of Green. You can also tweet at us at shayapocalypse, or if you want to find my old Twitter that I will probably revive for this project, Sexy Alien Book, which is exactly what it sounds like. And we will start making our decisions, and we will make a terrible awesome or awesomely terrible project.
And remember, the road to madness is only fun when you bring a friend down with you.
And alcohol.
And alcohol.
Or weed.